Crowd. This is Ron Lachine. That was.
The 26-year-old Honda rider from Berkshire is the 1989 World 500cc Motocross Champion.
Rick Johnson took the checkered flag and the 500cc crown. A few minutes later, he had this to say.
Thank God it's over.
Welcome, Motocross History Team. Today I wanted to give a brief history rundown after a lot of researching on the 1987 Motocross Des Nations, and we're gonna hear from the point of view of Bob Hurricane Hanna. Now, Bob's gonna go into detail about how he got on the team, how he was chosen to ride a 125, and how he was able to do the best with what he had to work with. He'll go into details about his bike, and I'll just throw you guys out a little hint. It was not a production bike, and he was able to get around those rules since it was technically an FIM event, and why he did not ride a 250, which I think he would have preferred, or even the 500. He goes into a little bit of detail about his training effort. How he prepared for it, which is really interesting, and of course the one factor that always gets a vote, and that would be Mother Nature. Now, in prior history lessons of the Motocross History Channel, I've kind of steered away from the 1987 Motocross Des Nations because it was such a mudder, and I like watching them from time to time. But most people don't like watching mud events when it's just a downpour at any kind of motocross event. It kind of takes the fun out of racing because it goes from kind of racing to like survival mode. And so, but when you get to see or get to hear the point of view from one of the guys on the team of how it all worked out, it makes it really interesting. And when you get to hear the point of view from Bob Hanna, the level of interest goes up another notch. I was really interested to hear how he prepared for it, and overall to hear what kind of the bike that he used and how he thought he was going to do, and his thoughts going into the race of how it was what was going to go down and how the outcome he thought might be. So let me know what you guys think about this, if you agree with Bob Hanna, and your comments at the end, and I really appreciate it. And let's get back to the action.
He's both the winningest rider in motocross history and no doubt the most popular. Joining Hanna on the U.S. team riding a 500cc Kawasaki was Jeff Ward. Ward is from Mission Viejo, California, and at that time was a 4-time U.S. national champion. Rounding out the team, Rick Johnson from El Cajon, California. Johnson, a member of Team Honda, competed in the 250 class. For 125s and 500s, the 250 riders watched this one from the sidelines. The gate drops. The 41st annual Motocross Des Nations, the World Team Championship of Motocross, was underway on a muddy, slippery Unadilla track. Before things could get sorted out, there was a pileup in the first corner.
In Unadilla, and in '87 they wanted to ride. They wanted me to ride the trophy race at Unadilla on the 125 though. And I told Suzuki no, and Suzuki said, "Oh no, you're riding it." I go, "You're kidding me." I go, "You're going to make a scapegoat out of me." I go, "I haven't ridden a 125 in years. In what? 10 years we haven't raced one." And he goes, "No, I want you to race it. It'd be great that Suzuki gets in the trophy race, in the United States." And I go, I told him, I go, "You need to make me race the 250 and make Wardy ride the 125. He's a 125 guy." And Ward said, "Screw you. I'm riding the 500. Johnson's riding the 250, and I'm riding the 125." And I said to Suzuki, "No way, I'm doing it."
Could you ride the works bike for that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, "Okay, here's how it goes, Shiggy. Bring 2 real works bikes over, the European ones. I want one to practice. I'm going home 30 days. I don't want to see your face. I don't want to see anybody's face."
His way of coping. That's Davey Strebos trying to pick up his bike in the slippery Unadilla mud. Strebos was the leader in the 125 class. That spill by the Dutchman really jumbled up the standings. As a result, the new 125 class leader was Frenchman Jean-Michel Bayle. Five-time 500cc world champion Roger DeCoster, now team manager for the U.S. squad, thinks Bayle will someday be #1 in the world. Time will tell. If you've just joined us, this is not Mudbug Racing. You're watching the final laps of the first of 3 motos at the 1987 Motocross Des Nations. You know, the Motocross Des Nations has been going on for 43 years. It's acknowledged as the Olympics of motocross. Each event is remembered for the performers and the performances. Final lap of Moto #1. Rider #3, American Bob Hanna, is currently running 4th in the 125 class. Now, 4th place under normal circumstances is not too shabby, but this was team competition, and the teams from Belgium and the Netherlands were putting it all together.
And I have the mechanic prepare the one for the race. I'm going to ride the crap out of the other. When I went to Sun Valley, I stayed there 21 straight days. I ran 12 miles every day, 21 straight days. My favorite run. I rode the bike every day. Wardy and Johnson made an ass out of me, and you know Roger kept his mouth shut on it. But they want to be a team going, and they wanted me to come back east and ride with them. And I said, "You want me to win, or do you want me to hold your friggin' hand?" You know, Wardy and Johnson were being dicks. And I go, I'll see you at the race. I go, the idea is to win, right? I go, I know what I need to win. You go do what you need to do. If you want to hold hands or hold his weenie, I don't know what you want to do. But I go, I want to be at home training.
Yeah.
And I'll show up and I'll do my best. But I'm a scapegoat. I was scared to go to that race. I go, these Europeans, first of all, at Unadilla are good.
Yeah.
And I go, I like Unadilla, but the Europeans can ride the Unadilla. And then it rains like a bitch. And I go, that just gave it to their advantage. Because I like the mud, but they're better.
Yeah.
They know them.
Yeah.
And I go, you couldn't scapegoat me any worse.
But down on the track, a muddy Bob Hanna was mobbed by the Unadilla faithful. The chant was Hanna, Hanna. The ride by Hanna on a 125 in the mud was one of the greatest exhibitions in motocross history. He bested the majority of the world's best on a machine only half the displacement of his rivals. Truly amazing.
And then I go, I don't know if the bike will make it. And I rode that bike. I rode the snot of it, and it held together. I give that mechanic kudos, because that thing should have blown up. You know, we rode 2 motos that day. I ride 125 with the 500s. I took a rock beating.
Oh, yeah.
And then I ride a 125 with the 250s. So it's pretty wild, because on the first lap, the hill climbs and stuff, I love it. I go down to screw you. I'm the dumbass that had to turn around and go back down because some 500, and I go, oh, shit, I go back down. I have to go back down. I was pretty embarrassing because I'm the hill climber, right?
Yeah.
I rode my ass off that day and won it, you know. But when that was over, I was so happy. I go, I can't believe it.
Was that maybe like the most stressful race?
It was, because I was a scapegoat. I know they wanted me to win, but they're putting me in a position. I go, I don't know that I can do this, man. I go,
deck was stacked against you.
I don't know 120. I haven't ridden one in years. I like them, but I'm older. And now it's rained, and now I go, whoa, this is going to be hard. But it worked out all right.